Hello everyone, welcome back to another one-shot tutorial on Python tuples. So in this video, you will learn the Python tuples from starting to end. So let's see what is tuple. So here I have written the definition of tuple. So a tuple is an ordered, immutable collection of items in Python. Tuples are defined using these parentheses. So here are some examples. So let's see how can we define a tuple. So let me copy this from here and then I will paste it into a program and will show you how can you define tuples. Okay, so I have not printed these tuples, so let me write. So this is the Copilot which is doing this. I have enabled that, so that's why. And so here you can see the output is this 1, 2, 3. As the T1 is storing 1, 2, 3 as tuple in it. Also, let's print T2. So here you can see already the output get printed. Also here you can see this output the same. So next one is this T3. Okay. So here is an important thing. And the single element tuple is defined as this. Note this comma. Okay, so first let me print it and then I will explain what does it mean. So here the single element tuple get printed. Okay, so let me cut this comma and probably we are gonna getting an error. Okay, so we have not got the error, but this 5 is considering as simple 5, means a simple integer number. But when we add a comma here, this will be treated as a tuple. So we in remind, when you are only entering one element, ensure to write that comma. Also, let's move to the next one. So next one is tuple from a list. So let me print that. So here you can see the output will be like this. So I'm not gonna run this again and again. I'm just showing you. You can run it yourself. I will give that all into the description. Okay, so let me run this at once all. Then you can see. So here you can see the outputs are these. So this is how you can define a tuple into Python. Okay. So next is accessing elements. So here is the definition. Elements in a tuple can be accessed using indexing and slicing similar to list. So the accessing process is similar to the list, which we have seen in many other tutorials. So let me show you here. So I am just changing this. So let me run. So here you can see, and this, the first print statement is showing the first element from the tuple, which is at the 0th index. And the second print statement is showing the last element from the tuple, which is similar to the list. And the last third print statement is slicing from index 1 to 3. So the output should be 20, 30, and 40. So let's check. So the 0th element is this, then 1, 2, 3. So it is printing from 1 to 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So this is correct. So this is how you can do slicing printing into tuples. So let's move to the next one. So here are some properties. So definition, order. The items have fixed order and can be accessed by their index. Immutable. So tuples cannot be changed after creation. No add, remove, change operations. What does it mean? Means if you have declared a tuple, you cannot add, remove, or change like list. In list, we use append function to append more elements into that. But here in the tuple, we cannot do that. Also, tuple can contain repeated values. So this is the definition and properties. Okay. So let's move to the next one. The next one is operations. So here are some operations which we can do on tuple. So the definition, you can perform operations like concatenation, repetition, and member test on tuples. So let me show you. Okay. So here we have declared two tuples, T1 and T2. So in T1 we have 3 elements and in T2 we have 2 elements. So the first print statement is gonna concatenate the first tuple and the second tuple. So first, let me run the first only. So I will comment this. Okay. So here you can see the tuple get concatenated. So and the elements are showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in one tuple. Okay. So let's comment. Okay. So I'm uncommenting the next one with the first one. So and the next one is even into 2. So this will repeat the elements of the tuple. So let's see. Okay, so here you can see the T1 containing 1, 2, 3, and after multiplying it with 2, it get repeated 2 times. So what if I do here 3? So tell me, what do you think? So I think the output will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and again 1, 2, 3. So let's run this again. So here you can see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is how you can repeat elements into tuple. So the next one is 2 in T1. So this will test the membership. And probably this will be giving output into true or false. So let's uncomment this and run this. So what do we think? 2 in T1 is true or false? I think true, as we have 2 in T1. So here you can see the output is true. So let's check for 5 in T1. So here you can see and the output is false, as we don't have any 5 in this T1 tuple. So this is what membership test does. So let's move to the next one. So the next one is iteration. So definition. You can look through each item in a tuple using a for loop. So this is the syntax. So what does this will do is, this will print all 1, 2, 3. So let me see. Okay. So here you can see the ABC get printed here. So let me explain you how this is working. So we have declared a for loop for x in this, and this is tuple. We have declared here a tuple A, B, and C, and we are printing x. So the values of x will be equal to the values of this tuple. So that A, B, C get printed here. So this is how this is working. So next one. So the next one is function. So the definition is, built-in functions for tuple include len, max, min, count, and index. So here are some examples. So let's copy it. So here is a tuple which contains some elements, and here are some functions which we will gonna see. So the first function is len function. So this count the length of the element. So probably, and the output will be 5. And the next one is max. So this shows the maximum value from that tuple. So that is 5. Also, as we have the 5 is the highest number in the tuple. And the next one is min. So this shows the smallest element of the tuple, so which is 1. And the next one is t dot count 5. So this will count how many times 5 is occurring. So I think it is 2. We will see when we will run it. And the next one is 3, t dot index. So this will show the index of the third element, which is 3. So probably 100 will be 0, 1, 2. So that will be 2. So let's test it out. Okay. So here are the outputs. So let me explain you one by one. So the length t is the length of this tuple, which is 5. Okay. So the next one is max t, and the maximum value of this tuple, which is 5 here. So the output is 5. The minimum value in the tuple is 1. So the output is 1. The t dot count 5 means how many times 5 is occurring. So the 5 is occurring 2 times. That's why here is 2. And the next one is index 3, means the index of the element 3. So 0, 1, 2. That's why here 2 get printed. So these are some functions which you can use into tuples. So let's move to the next one. So next one is nested tuples. So definition, tuples can contain other tuples as elements, nested tuples. Okay, so let's run this. So here you can see we have 2 tuples inside one tuple, as this is 1, here 2, 3, this is 1, and the next one is this. So when we will print t of 1, index 1, so this will get printed as this is at the index 1, as the index of 1 is 0, and this is 1, and the next is 2. So let's see into action. Let me run. So here you can see the output of this is 2, 3. at the index 1 has this element, and the next one is T21 means the position of second first element. So the 0th element is this, the first element is this, and the second element is this. And the seconds first means, and the 0th element is this, and the first element is this. That's why 5 get printed here. Let me explain you again. Here, this is considered as 0th element. This will be considered as first element, and this will be considered as second element. And the second first element will be considered this. How? So the second element is this, and inside second element, we have some elements. So the first 0th will be this, first will be this, and second will be this. So we are printing the first, that's why 5 get printed here. Let me print the second. So the 6 will get printed there. So here you can see 6 get printed there. So this is how this is working. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Tuple versus list. So the definition is tuple. Immutable, cannot change, generally faster, uses less memory. So the tuple, immutable means we cannot change that, generally faster. So the tuple is considered faster as list. Also, tuple uses less memory than list. So these are some, can say, disadvantages and advantages of tuple. Similarly to the list is mutable, means we can change it. Generally slower, means the list is slower than the tuple. Also, list uses more memory as compared to tuple. That's why we use NumPy, which is a library of Python. You will get to learn that after learning Python. Okay, so here are some examples. So definition, practical use of tuple in Python. Even numbers from a tuple. So this is how you can write a one-line program in Python using tuple, which will print even numbers from this tuple. So let's run it. So here you can see the even number get printed here, 2, 4, and 6. Also you can see the output is in list. So also take it into mind, when you write like this, the output is always into list. So let's see the next example. Names starting with the vowel. So this is another one-line program in Python of tuple. So here you can see. So what this is doing? This is printing the names which are starting with vowel. So the Alice and Eve get printed here as Bob is not starting with the vowel. So this is how you can write a program in Python of tuple. So let me know the output of these 3 programs, one-line programs, in the comment section. And you can check out the description for the source code and this PDF, or can see a markdown. And you can also let me know and that video is helpful for you. Also, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.